He became godfather to his co-star's baby. They built a multi-million-dollar business together. And when the cameras stopped rolling on the show that made them both famous, their friendship only got stronger. This isn't a Hollywood fairy tale. This is Bryan Cranston at 69, revealing what really matters after 4 decades in the industry. Most actors talk about their craft, their process, the roles that change them. But ask Bryan Cranston what he's most proud of, and he won't mention Walter White or his 4 Emmy Awards or his Oscar nomination. He'll talk about the people, the friendships that outlasted the fame, the collaborators who became family. Because here's the secret nobody tells you about Hollywood. The awards fade, the shows end, the red carpets become memories. But the relationships you build, those are forever, if you do it right. And Bryan Cranston did it right. For 40 years, he's worked with hundreds of actors, shared screens with legends and unknowns, played fathers, villains, heroes, monsters. But 5 people changed everything. 5 collaborators who became something more than co-stars. They became brothers, mentors, lifelong friends. These aren't the carefully managed industry friendships you see at award shows. These are real bonds, the kind where you vacation together, start businesses together, stand by each other when the entire internet turns against one of you. The kind where a young actor becomes your best friend, and 20 years later, you're godfather to his children. This is what Hollywood looks like when ego takes a back seat to genuine connection, when respect transforms into love, when professional admiration becomes personal devotion. One of these relationships started with a nervous comedian who thought he couldn't handle drama. Cranston turned him into an Emmy-winning powerhouse. Another began with instant chemistry so natural that America believed they were actually married. 7 seasons of trust and comedy gold. One was forged in the tension between hero and villain, 2 masters of their craft elevating each other in every scene. Another required defending a colleague when millions of fans turned cruel, standing up when it would have been easier to stay silent. And the last one? It started on a desert set in Albuquerque, a veteran sitcom actor and a young unknown. Something clicked instantly, not just on-screen magic. Real friendship, the kind that survives everything. They built a mezcal empire together. They became godparents to each other's children. And when one of them recently said, "I can't think of a single bad thing to say about him," it wasn't promotional talk, it was truth. At 69, Bryan Cranston has nothing left to prove. He's conquered television, film, and theater. He's transformed his body and soul for roles that will be studied for generations. But when he reflects on his career, it's not the performances he treasures most. It's the people who made them possible. Before we reveal these 5 incredible friendships, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because we're diving into the stories that prove Hollywood isn't all betrayal and competition. Sometimes it's about finding your people and holding on to them forever. This is Bryan Cranston at 69, not talking about the roles he played, but the friends who made every moment worth it. Number 5, Bob Odenkirk, the comedian who became a dramatic powerhouse. When Bob Odenkirk was offered the role of Saul Goodman in Breaking Bad, he asked Bryan Cranston for advice on handling such a high-profile role. What followed was a mentorship that helped transform a comedy writer into one of television's most compelling dramatic actors. Odenkirk has called Cranston a great actor who really got me dialed in, describing how intimidating it was to sit across from Cranston in their first scene together. "I'm sitting across from him at my Saul desk, thinking, wow, I better get good at acting in the next 2 minutes," Odenkirk recalled. But Cranston didn't intimidate, he elevated. Cranston told Variety, It was fun to see him go from a nervous cat to a mountain lion of confidence and be able to pull it off on such a high level. I'm so impressed by his ability and as a leader. When Odenkirk collapsed on the Better Call Saul set with a heart attack in 2021, Cranston was among the first to express concern publicly, demonstrating the depth of their friendship beyond the camera. Their relationship represents what Cranston values most: growth, respect, and genuine care for colleagues. Number 4. Jane Kaczmarek, the Malcolm in the Middle partner who made comedy gold. For 7 seasons, Bryan Cranston and Jane Kaczmarek played Hal and Lois on Malcolm in the Middle. Their on-screen marriage became one of sitcom television's most believable and hilarious partnerships. But what made it work wasn't just comic timing, it was trust. Kaczmarek has spoken about how Cranston created a safe, collaborative environment on set, how he'd improvise and encourage others to do the same, how he treated every take like an opportunity to discover something new. Their chemistry was so natural that viewers genuinely believed they were married. The physical comedy they created together, from Hal's roller skating routines to the couple's bedroom battles, required absolute synchronization and mutual respect. Cranston has credited Kaczmarek with helping him understand the importance of partnership in comedy. You can't be funny alone. You need someone who trusts you enough to follow you anywhere, even into the most ridiculous scenarios. They shared 7 Emmy nominations between them during the show's run, but more importantly, they shared a working relationship built on professionalism, humor, and genuine affection that lasted throughout the entire production. Number 3. Giancarlo Esposito, the villain who earned his absolute respect. When Giancarlo Esposito joined Breaking Bad as Gus Fring in Season 2, he brought an intensity that matched Cranston's own. 2 consummate professionals, both dedicated to craft, both willing to go to extraordinary lengths for their performances. Their scenes together crackled with tension. The restaurant confrontation in Salud, the nursing home in Face Off. Every moment between Walter White and Gus Fring felt like watching 2 masters at work. Cranston has praised Esposito's meticulous preparation and his ability to convey menace through restraint. Esposito, in turn, has described working with Cranston as a masterclass in screen acting. But beyond the professional admiration, there's genuine warmth. They've reunited multiple times since Breaking Bad, including collaborating on promotional work and supporting each other's projects. Esposito once said that working with Cranston taught him that great acting isn't about dominating scenes. It's about creating space for your partners to be equally brilliant. That philosophy defined their work together and created a friendship that continues today. Number 2. Anna Gunn, the co-star who carried Breaking Bad's heart. Skyler White was Breaking Bad's most controversial character. Fans who rooted for Walter often despised his wife for standing in his way. The role subjected Anna Gunn to intense scrutiny and even online harassment. Bryan Cranston never wavered in his support. He publicly defended Gunn and her performance multiple times, calling out the misogyny directed at her character. He praised her work as essential to the show's success, arguing that Skyler was the moral center, while Walter descended into darkness. In interviews, Cranston has credited Gunn with bringing depth and humanity to scenes that could have been one-dimensional. Their confrontations, from "I am the one who knocks" to the final season's devastating kitchen knife fight, required complete trust and vulnerability from both actors. Gunn has spoken about how Cranston created a safe environment for those intense emotional scenes, how he'd check in afterward, how he made sure she felt supported even when playing deeply uncomfortable moments. Their professional relationship exemplifies what Cranston believes. Great acting requires safety, trust, and mutual respect. Number 1. Aaron Paul, the best friend who started as a stranger. This is the partnership everyone knows, the friendship that became legendary. Aaron Paul has said he instantly fell in love with Bryan Cranston when they first met, describing their connection as immediate and profound. Paul has called Cranston one of his best friends on the planet, his mentor, and credited him with shaping the actor he became. The facts speak for themselves. Cranston is godfather to Paul's son Ryden. They co-founded Dos Hombres Mezcal in 2019, turning their friendship into a successful business partnership. But the numbers don't capture what makes their relationship special. Cranston once said about Paul, "He was a puppy when I first met him. I'm really proud of him and happy for him to be able to do this. You don't often make fast friends in every job you do, but I knew when we first started working together, this was a special young man." The two can't think up a single bad thing to say about each other. They've reunited on screen multiple times since Breaking Bad ended, from El Camino to Better Call Saul to a Super Bowl commercial. They've been spotted DJing together at raves. They vacation together. Their families are intertwined. Paul once acknowledged the challenge of maintaining friendships after shows end, saying it's hard to stay in touch once you return to normal life. But with Cranston, he found something different, a friendship that didn't fade when the cameras stopped rolling. This is what Bryan Cranston values most about his career. Not the awards, not the fame, but the people, the connections, the relationships that outlast any television show. At 69, Cranston has nothing left to prove professionally. He's conquered television, film, and theater. But when he talks about what matters, he talks about Aaron, about the business they built together, about being godfather to Paul's children. Because that's the real legacy, not Walter White, the friendships that survive everything else. So, there you have it. 5 actors who didn't just work with Bryan Cranston, they became family. From Bob Odenkirk's transformation under his mentorship to Jane Kaczmarek's perfect comic partnership. From Giancarlo Esposito's mutual respect to Anna Gunn's courageous vulnerability. And finally, to Aaron Paul, the friendship that defined a generation of television. Which relationship touched you most? Did you know Bryan Cranston valued collaborations so deeply? Or does learning about these friendships change how you see his performances? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more stories about Hollywood's genuine friendships, the bonds that last beyond fame, and the artists who lift each other up, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. Because sometimes the best stories aren't about conflict, they're about connection. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.